Hey everybody, TYT Sports with Jeremy, Jock, Brett, and Jason. The Clippers are a little bit of crybabies. Oh man, it's getting rough for the Clipshow. Actually, the All LA basketball show has been struggling this season. At least the Clippers will be representing themselves in the playoffs for the city of Los Angeles. But we have put together a nice little montage. I'm very excited to show you guys of Clippers players and Doc Rivers, who's probably going to steal the show with this. And their experiences with the referees. Thank you, Getty Images. Let's take a look. I can't make that up. I swear the name of that song is Men Are Courageous or Men As Courage.
That's great.
You're not even sure.
Perfect.
Okay,
it's
fine.
just too perfect.
Okay, cool.
So there's no denying it. The Clippers have been throwing their hands up more than any other team in the NBA with the refs. Now, everybody will throw their hands up with the refs or yell at the refs when they don't get a call go their way. That's just fact. But here's what I can tell you. If my research was correct, and as I'm scrolling through Getty Images, on the first page, you type in Clippers, refs, there's like 600 photos of the players yelling at the refs. Doc wins. Doc Rivers wins that battle.
So I noticed this in the 2008 finals, and I thought I was biased at first because it was the Celtics-Lakers finals. I don't think Doc knows that there's a chair for him on the sidelines that he can sit in when he wants to, because he's always up about half court just screaming at people, and it's usually refs. I always thought it was players. If you look back, it's refs. So I think this might be where they get that mentality from. I'm not saying Doc isn't a great coach. He's won a championship. He's a good basketball mind, but he might be a little bit of a complainer.
You can work the refs. There is a way to work the refs. There's a way to talk to them.
Tim Donahue took a lot of money, actually. That's how he was worked.
Right, exactly. But there's a way to work the refs when they're not giving calls your way. You can get their people. You have to find a way, just like with any person, to communicate with them. Right. But now you have a reputation. And once you have a reputation, guess what? The Getty Images photographers are going to sell more photographs if everyone's looking for these kinds of photographs. And you're definitely not going to get those calls if you keep on crybabying. Yeah. So if you need to make a concerted effort to just put your head down, play your game, stop complaining, and then those calls will go away.
Here's the thing. The Clippers will always be the second team in LA. And a lot of you guys don't realize that's a tough position to be in. So it's almost like they're the middle child with like the other, because it's like the Angels is the young team and like the Dodgers, and then like there's the Clippers, and then everyone loves the Lakers. Nobody loves the Clippers. They're fighting for love on the court. And I think you guys are being a little tough on these guys right now. No. I think what you saw there in those clips, that was passion. That was ambition. That was fiery basketball goodness that you're taking away from because they didn't agree with calls. Basketball players don't agree with calls. I think you guys are being too tough.
It's not passion if you're directing that passion towards the refs. If you're directing passion towards the refs, that's trying to find a scapegoat for something. That's trying to project blame. Passion is getting stuck in the moment, is either like maybe getting a bad tee, like getting in someone's face or yelling at your teammate or thumping your chest. That's not complaining. That's not passion. That's trying to find an excuse. And I think there's a difference.
Well, it might not just be the refs that is the problem, because as you mentioned before, Jacques, Los Angeles is a Lakers city. Yeah. When I moved here, it was the first thing I noticed. They really don't give two shits about most of the other sports teams besides the Lakers. There's a Dodgers fan base. There's no football team.
No.
There's a big USC, UCLA fan base, but the Lakers are far and away not even close number one. But Blake Griffin, before we get to that, sorry, hold that thought.
Okay.
Blake Griffin is blaming the fans. Let's take a look what he had to say last night after getting whooped. I didn't get whooped. Getting beat by the Golden State Warriors.
Like, did this feel like a playoff game, a playoff atmosphere?
Not really, no.
No?
I don't know. The home court advantage is just not there for us. So if that's how it feels in the playoffs, then we're not looking good.
Blake, is there anything you guys can do in terms of that home court? I mean, it seems like you guys are playing well, but it does seem when you guys play the Warriors, I don't want to say it's half-half, but it does seem like they have a ton of people in the crowd.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, as far as what we can do, but it'd be great if it wasn't that way, you know? It's kind of like when we play the Lakers. Probably, I don't know, maybe worse, but it's one of those things where it would be great, you know, if it wasn't like that, but as far as changing that, I'm not really sure.
Blake, would you like some ice cream? Do you need your blankie?
Oh, really?
I mean, right now it is a Clippers town. I mean, it is a Clippers town. I mean, but in the same way that it's a Lakers town when the Lakers are winning.
No. That doesn't happen when the Lakers are winning.
What doesn't happen when the Lakers
People are
winning?
chanting MVP for players on the other team when the Lakers are having a successful season. That will never happen if the Lakers are second or third or fourth in the West. Sorry.
That doesn't happen, period. Like, I went to an event where Kobe was there this season, and they were chanting MVP, MVP. Kobe played, 5 games this season, and they were chanting MVP. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I was like, really?
It's not going to help. You're not helping your cause. It's not even on blast. You're putting you're putting your fans on wine.
Yes.
No, not putting your fans on wine. Putting them on notice. Look, if I am your team,
but
you
he
are
doesn't
my
say it like
team.
that.
But
You're
that's
saying it right.
But
You're
he's
saying it
saying it. I think he was trying to be PC. I think he was trying to be like, well, I don't want to exactly say fans. I don't want to.
You're gonna beat around the bush.
I don't want to. I'll try to say it gently so that fans don't get all in their feelings about it. But I mean, obviously, the media
I like
turned
the
it into
headlines.
that.
Certainly took it.
Yeah, definitely. The headline got all
the
in
headlines
feelings.
are Blakers fans. Lakers fans.
Yeah.
Lakers fans.
Griffins. Blake Griffin wishes Clippers fans got louder. What it says, that's what they all ran with today. By the way, one quick thing that was really funny. When asked about the crowd, Doc Rivers smiled and admitted to a significant split, saying, "I love our crowd. I just don't like their crowd." That's a very clever
excellent.
response.
No, but
That's excellent.
Brett made a great point that there's a way to say what Blake said in a less whiny, more
Assertive,
responsible
rallying
way. Yeah,
message.
there's an assertive way to say it.
You know, I wish they were.
He did lose. He did just lose.
yeah.
You know, it was a real
It's
tough
kind of
loss.
it's
It
a
was a
difference.
tough loss.
It's a difference between like a teammate going up to their guys and just sulking after a bad loss, or a teammate going up to his guys and saying, we're going to use this as fuel and we're going to move forward. Like I need you guys around me. This is the turning point or something. Blake didn't. It wasn't assertive. It wasn't a call to action. It was just complaining. Which I
And
guess
this isn't necessarily new, because when I dug up some research, we looked at some quotes, we found some facts. Griffin and Paul bemoaned the fans' lack of engagement during a November loss to the Chicago Bulls, this was back in November, that Staples was loud in the wrong way, and Paul saying it somewhat felt like a road game. We were actually at that game, and there was a giant Bulls turnout. And he continues, center DeAndre Jordan struck a similar note after a January home loss to the Heat, sarcastically saying that when we played on the road in Miami, it was tough. This might not necessarily be a regular occurrence, but it's not exactly a rarity either. I see this, sadly, I'm a Mets fan. I understand what it's like to be a fan of a team that will never overtake the Yankees. And when you go to Mets games, it depends who's coming to town. That's who you're going to see. Yeah. My father used to take me to New Jersey Nets games when I was growing up. I'm a longtime Knicks fan. We used to go to both. But when it came to the Nets, the tickets were cheaper. So when Jordan came to town, everybody in New Jersey was not going to root on the pre-Jason Kidd Keith Van Horn Nets.
Those were good Nets.
They were going to see a living legend step on the floor.
Yeah, and that is
Michael Jordan.
That is the exact same experience I had growing up with the Clippers. Like the only Clipper game I went to was really, really cheap tickets to see. I don't know if it was like Grant Hill on the where
Darius Miles, Corey
Darius
Maggette.
Miles,
Yeah. I love the
Young
Corey
Lamar.
Maggette Clippers, by the way. It's like the one Clippers team I really did enjoy.
So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that sort of that behavior, that Clipper behavior, that Clipper fan behavior. I don't want to say Clipper fans, but that Clipper fan behavior where you go see the other team, like the remnants of that are still here, even though the Clippers are a playoff contention good team, and it's hard for the team now to adjust to
Clippers
that.
play next that we're all going to go see.
Right. Well, yeah, no, but
Who's coming to town in the next few days?
Either way, whatever it is, it has to stop.
Right.
Blake, you need to stop doing that. It's weird that Matt Barnes is both one of the most intimidating and most whiny players in the NBA. He's like, that's stupid, but he will punch you in the face. He will just show up.
He did it in UCLA, too.
Right.
Oh, he's great. I
Hometown hero.
love Matt Barnes. UCLA fan.
Yeah, you love Matt Barnes. Steph Curry's adorable.
I have a huge crush on the NBA.
This is why we bring you on TYT Sports for NBA content.
One more thing about the crowd, though. So, one thing about the LA crowd that I think is the same both for Clippers games and Lakers games is that LA fans, Lakers fans mostly, but I guess Clippers fans do, they expect winning. They expect greatness. LA fans are stubborn. We're stubborn fans. We want to win. So
You've won enough.
I think that word is spoiled.
I'll say more.
No. I'm only halfway done. And so when they say this regular season game have playoff atmosphere, regular season games will never have playoff atmosphere in LA. Only playoff games will have playoff atmosphere. I've been to Laker games where people are in the press boxes watching tennis when the game's going on. This is what you get when you live in a huge city full of people who are doing a lot of different things. So this isn't a Clippers problem in particular. It happened to the Lakers too when they were good. They need to take it less personally.
So Lakers have diehard Laker fans and douchebags.
Right.
There's more diehard Laker fans than there are diehard Clippers fans.
Diehard douchebags.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So just your ratio at your Clippers game when the Clippers have the better team is more in favor of the douchebags. You know, as a lifetime Angelino, like, we have tons of douchebags, and I apologize for that. But, you know, Blake, you're going to have to deal with it.
A formal apology from Brett Ehrlich.
I don't know.
We're talking about douchebaggery here on TYT Sports. Guys, what do you think? Are the Clippers whiners? Is it the fans? Is it Blake Griffin? What needs to change about the LA mentality? Or will it never change, which is okay, because it is a Lakers city. There's really not too much way to argue against that. From Jeremy, Jock, Brett, and Jason, leave your comments in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe.